Right from tyres to the somewhat unlikely subject of food. Government figures suggest that the average family in this country these days spends only £30 to £40 a week on food. That seems an appallingly low figure, but it looks even worse when you compare it to the amount of money we're prepared to spend on our cars. Because the AA tells us that the average car these days costs £50 to £60 a week to run. Those are, of course, average figures, so you can't draw too many conclusions, but it does show the kind of sacrifice that people are prepared to make in order to have the mobility that comes from having a set of wheels. Of course, one way of reducing that expenditure is to buy at the very bottom of the market. So away with BMWs and all that sort of glamour, and we're going to look at the 4 cheapest family cars you can buy. As it happens, they all come from Eastern Bloc countries, and they sell themselves basically on the marketing pitch. You can buy a new car for roughly the cost of a second-hand one. But does that claim really bear closer scrutiny? The cars we've chosen are the Škoda 105S at £2,598. Well, this is the Škoda from Czechoslovakia. It's very similar to a late 1950s rear-engine Renault design, so we're really talking about 30-year-old technology. Its main plus points, apart from that spectacularly low price, are that it's quite roomy. It's by far the best finished of these Eastern Bloc cars, both in terms of the paint job and in terms of the interior trim. In fact, it's a pretty high standard. In terms of drivability, well, the acceleration is frankly very poor indeed. The handling is uncertain and skittish on bumpy roads. The gearbox has more than the occasional impenetrable moment, and these seats, well, they're just minimal. So I would say very good value for a runabout, but could be a bit of a handful on rather longer journeys. However, we mustn't forget this car regularly goes through all the rigours of the Lombard RAC Rally and occasionally wins its class. So it certainly has a fair amount of staying power. In tonight's Top Gear, we road test the new BMW 7 Series, which fairly bristles with new electronic gadgetry.